Hey y'all, Dan from an Alaskan Crafter here. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I'm not going to say this is I'm back video quite yet because I don't know. I do have a couple things to show, one crochet, one not crochet. The crochet I'm going to show is February's? What is this, March? Yeah, February's Hooker versus Hooker, which went wah, wah, wah. The thought and everything was great, but the actually getting it together was the application. Nope. Excuse me. Got a few tickles in my throat. So, anyway, I hope everybody had a great holiday since I wasn't here to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, all that stuff. Happy New Year, and everything that's been since. The dogs are the same. They're into everything if I'm in here. If Since I have continued to do the lives with Lala, they come in here and they think they need a TREAT. And I get stared at by a micro one. So, I really do hope everybody's doing well. We are doing, like I said, very good here. We had an extremely mild winter. We do have a dusting of snow on the ground that stuck, finally. But I'm done. Yeah, I want to get my hands dirty. I want to get in the garden. I want to start planting some green stuff. We thought that we could start our seeds in the greenhouse, but then the temperature started dropping down to what? I want to say early 20s, and that's not right. Cold 20s. I think the coldest we had was like 22, 21. And Jeff got up in the morning and it was not very warm in the greenhouse. So we are still talking about getting like a buddy heater or something like that in the greenhouse so we can start early. In the past, I have started my seeds inside the house, but it just gets so crowded in here. We do have a small house and we have a very small living room. So let's see what else has been going on. We all have caught the cold, except for Jeff Lope. Thank goodness. The daughter, the son-in-law, the son, the grandson, myself, got the crud. So we weren't able to watch our grandson because we don't want Jeff to get sick. And then we were all done getting ready to babysit him, and Mama and grandson started running a fever. And not a higher fever. So that was a no-go. So Daddy stayed home with him so Mama could rest, and we were scheduled to go watch him tomorrow, but Mama's not feeling well. It's like, okay, we're done. I really would like to know why, but it is what it is. Like I've said in the past, Shayna has the same kidney disease that Jeff does, so her immune system isn't exactly the sharpest. What else? So it's been 5 weeks since we have hands-on with the grandson. Nothing else has really been, going on. Just, stuff. I know there's a lot of questions right now. Why did I stop doing videos on the 6th of December? It is very personal, and I'm really not willing to go into what was going on, what had happened. I'm here now, and so is Kiva, back and forth. I would like to thank everybody for your email, your cards. I've gotten some really beautiful cards from folks. The two that come to mind is Ellen from Ellen's Crochet and Missy from Missy's Yarniverse, Amanda Panda from Obsessed Crochet Lady, and also Sam Mampus Makes. And anybody else, I know my brain, you think it was bad then, well, it's like 2.0 now, worse. So I just want to put out there, as it said, a big blanket thank you, thank you, thank you very much for all the well wishes and prayers, thoughts, all that stuff. I really do appreciate it. Okay, now that we've got all that taken care of. If you watched Hooker versus Hooker, the reveal for February, you would have seen my tree of death. It wasn't the tree of life. So it just didn't turn out. And it took a lot because of physical reasons. It took a lot for me to even try to get it all tied. So there were ends to deal with. Just the concept was awesome. The application was not. Right. But here are the trees that I made to put on. I love the trees. Now, in solid color, they're not my favorite. But the one that I did that had all the colors in one was so small. And I knew I'd get harassed for it being so small instead of getting harassed. Oh, yeah, by the way, there is a GoFundMe for the Tree of Death. Total joke. I forget who said that. It may have been Ellen. I don't remember. Anyway, it was the Tree of Death, the Tree of Doom. You gotta go watch it. It was hysterical. Plus, you'll never believe who won. Could have been me. So that was the yellow one. There's my green one. And you'll have to excuse the Loki hair. She's going through a shed stage. So there's the blue one. The purple one. And the pink one. It's showing up a little brighter than it actually is. But, I mean, it's a bright pink, but not that bright. And I had it tied up to these sticks. As you can see, some of the yarn's still on there. And it was a triangle style frame that just didn't work. Oh, goodness. So, yes, that was my, sorry, just looking at the time. That was my doom and gloom tree. I don't know if anybody was watching, but we had talked about making a pair of socks. Of course, I had made the announcement last year that I wanted to get a pair of socks done. Well, we know that didn't work. if in fact I can get a pair of socks made, that's weird. They are the same color. Maybe it's because of how the light is. But I would like to make them in this, and this is Color Idol Lapis Stone. And of course I pronounced that totally wrong. But you know, I like my blues, and this has got a medium blue and a light blue in it. So that's what I've been thinking about my knitted socks. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it in here, but I purchased another hat from Nancy Bates, which is a knit hat, because she's doing California national parks. And Jeff and I, our very first camping trip was in the Pinnacles National Park. And there's a lot of different kinds of memories there. There's absolutely hysterical memories, and then, you know, first loves. Oh, having fun on our first camp trip. But the funny story is, he had a Toyota pickup, and he custom made the back of the truck so you could be above and put a pad or mattress or something and lay down and camp back there. Well, neither one of us thought about precipitation. So the windows stayed closed because it was a little chilly at night. And the very first morning, he had rolled over, so we were face to face. So we're, you know, trying to avoid, you know, sleepy mouth. And as he's laying there, you can't make this up. A drip from the roof of the camper shell as he's laying there goes bloop. Perfect aim right in his ear. And yes, I laughed, and I did laugh a lot more than he did. Poor guy. That should have been sign number one, that his wife was a little loco. Let's see. So anyhow, she came out with a knitted hat that is from the Pinnacle, so I purchased that. So that'll probably be something that gets on the needles here shortly, because there's somebody up in North Pole that has asked, "Have you put your hat on the needles yet? Have you cast it on?" No, I haven't, not yet. Those trees were the first thing that I picked up in over 2 months. So, yeah. I'm getting back in. I have started my March hooker versus hooker. So, if you don't know what we're making, we are making something that is above the sea or below the sea, above water or below the water. So, like a boat above the water, an island, you know, where you can yeah. So let's see. I have been working on that slowly, I have to say. My Crojo is doing this, and then it may come back up a little bit. But now for the not crochet things, but it is kind of sort of related to crochet. It's very difficult to see because it's a prototype. And it is made by my sweet love. Ta-da! It is, yeah, it's kind of hard to see with the glare. It is a dragon. Oh, there he is. Okay, duh me. I'm looking at the back of his head. So there's his nose, his eyes, and his horns. But it goes around this way. And then back to his head. And you have a spot for your crochet hook and scissors. Now I have to say, the bowl isn't really huge, but that's okay with me. We do have the filament that I want this made out of, but we're having some difficulties with the filament. It's not the actual 3D printer itself, because the other filaments work just fine. So no, he is doing some cogitating, trying to figure out exactly what it is that is wrong. So stay tuned for that. We may end up having to buy a different brand of filament. But so far, I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. This just kills me with, your scissors and your hook and yeah. So anyhow, well, I've been on here 16 and a half minutes. That's a lot longer than I thought I would be doing. I have been doing some de-stashing, I guess, it's said, in my room. I have realized that there's yarn in here that I will never, ever use. So I'm taking it down and putting it in bags, and I'm going to donate it to, we have a thrift store in the town next to us that it either goes in the thrift store or it's used by the ladies. It is a center against women's violence, I believe is how they call it. It helps women who have been physically, mentally, etc., abused by their partner, whoever. So knitting and crocheting is a big thing up here. So I know these places like to have the donations, and that goes along with senior centers and nursing homes, etc. And I have a bit that I can donate that I'm not going to use it, and for it just to sit here is just ashamed, because it's all, really pretty yarn. I just don't have a project in mind, and I'm not waiting for projects or yarn to scream at me, "Make me with this!" That's just not what my next goal is, to really go down in what I have in here. And if there is a project to be done, excuse me, I am so sorry. If there's a project to be done and I don't have the yarn, I will go ahead and go purchase the yarn. I'm probably just a few handfuls of people who have not gone to Joann's. Jeff and I might go tomorrow just to see. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy anything, but if it's, it's still only 25% off. And I don't know. I have some big things coming up this summer, and I want to save for those, big things happening. We all know that Lynette and Roy are coming up this summer, so I have that. I have family coming up this summer. So, and that's a big, big one, because it's with family that have never been here before. One sister has and one sister and brother-in-law have not. So that's going to be, playing tourist guide. Oh goodness, I just looked at how long I'm on here. Anyway, so instead of purchasing a whole bunch of yarn that I don't need and just look at it and go, oh, pretty, I gotta have it. I'm basically just, nope, only if I have a project. And I do say only, but there are going to be chances that I do purchase yarn that I don't need. I'm trying really hard, you guys, really, really hard. Like I said, I'm not going to go into what's been going on the last 6 months, but there are a lot of doctor bills. So I have that kind of winking its eye at me. I have my family's coming up. Lynette and Roy are coming up. Those are some huge honking things for me. And then, of course, Jeff and I are going to plan on taking another camping trip around. So anyway, yeah, 21 and a half minutes. That's not real great. Anyhow, like I said, I really do hope everybody is doing well, staying safe. And staying healthy, If we don't take care of ourselves, it's very difficult for us to take care of our families. And sometimes we need to be taken care of. But in my world, most of the time, I need to take care of my family. So, with that being said, everybody, please look out for yourself. Don't ignore things that are just like literally slapping you in the face. And you go to the doctor and they say, you can't. And you say, yes, I can. I'll prove it to you. Wah, wah, wah. So anyway, take it a moment at a time, a day at a time, and just be kind to yourself and also be very kind to folks around you. You just never know what they're going through, and one smile can make a huge difference in somebody's life. Everybody take care. Talk to you soon. Bye now.